According to a recent report, a former U.S. official accused the White House of betraying Ukraine amid secret talks with the Kremlin. The official claims to have been secretly visiting Moscow every 3 months to meet with high-ranking Moscow officials without Kyiv's knowledge. A political advisor accused Washington of betraying Ukraine by allegedly engaging in secret discussions with the Kremlin. In an interview with the Moscow Times, a former U.S. official who claims to be directly involved in these talks revealed that senior U.S. officials have been meeting regularly with high-ranking members of the Kremlin. Claimed that both sides engaged in establishing their red lines to prevent serious escalation. Secret diplomatic talks, also known as covert talks, have been held at least twice a month, often online. In these clandestine discussions, the White House allegedly betrayed Ukraine by engaging in secret negotiations with the Kremlin, political advisor Jason J. Smart revealed. As the world shuts down, there is an imminent need for the use of diplomacy, Smart said. He shared some of the most striking quotes from the interview in a comment on a Twitter post. A source, described as a former U.S. official, said on condition of anonymity, the U.S. has betrayed Ukraine. At least every 3 months, I have been making trips to Moscow. It was mentioned that we got a glimpse into the thought of the Kremlin, but not as much as we wanted. According to him, the higher-ups in the Kremlin and their advisors struggled to clearly communicate their expectations of the Americans. The source further added that they were not sure how to classify the success or failure of the meetings. Suffering a humiliating defeat is not an option for these guys, even though some elites we spoke to had never wanted war in the first place. They even went so far as to say that it was a complete mistake. And yet, here they are, in the middle of the war. If Crimea were at risk of being lost, the unnamed former official suggested that Russia would likely deploy tactical nuclear weapons, but also acknowledged that the Russian presence in Crimea is not inherently negative, to the astonishment of several Pentagon officials. Earlier this month, NBC first reported on alleged secret meetings with the Kremlin involving U.S. officials. For former officials and 2 current officials told this North American media outlet that Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov had flown to New York for one of these secret meetings. The discussions included academics, leaders of major think tanks or research institutes, and other key players in the field of Russian foreign policy who advise Putin, according to the sources. The White House National Security Council has denied reports that current or former officials requested to open a secret channel of communication with Moscow. Refuting claims of secret meetings between U.S. and Russian officials, a National Security Council spokesperson reiterated the Biden administration's stance on the matter. Emphasizing that no covert communication was requested, the United States categorically denied any interest in establishing a clandestine channel. Dismissing the rumors of transmission of messages through intermediaries, the spokesman of the National Security Council emphasized the commitment to involve Ukraine in all discussions related to his country. Since the start of the Biden administration, the United States has generously offered Ukraine a staggering $43.7 billion in security assistance. If you like this type of news, subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so that YouTube sends you alerts when we publish a new video. And for today, we finish our report. We await your comments in this regard. And until the next show.